The main purpose of this video is the starter for this is a 2011, but it's the 2009 and up Yamaha R1. I haven't really found anything good for the starters. Since I have the bike apart, I figure I'll just show where everything's at and how to get to it. The best way and the easiest thing to do is just remove the tank. You get so much more room, it's not in the way, and it just opens everything up. And for those of you who haven't done the AIS, it's located right here. You remove that to install your block off plates, which I've done already. And the plugs are right there also, so you might as well bang them out at the same time. What else? Now your starter, this is your starter, people. This fucking thing is buried. It sits all the way inside here. And you have to take off your whole antifreeze system. This tube here sits right in front of it. That needs to come off. Once this is off, your reservoir also has to come off, which sits in front of everything. You remove those two, and if you guys ever need to, your thermostat's located right here in this area. This is where the starter sits. It's only 2 screws, and this is how it comes out. But before you pull out the starter, what needs to come out is this tube, which sits directly on top over here, but underneath this rubber padding. So you have to take it out from inside. You unscrew it from here, and you slide it out from here. But here's your starter here. And this is where it sits. It's only 2 bolts. I was trying to find a starter online. The best I could do is find them used. Not only used, but you don't want to throw a used starter in. The brand new is about 350 bucks. So if you go to Stadium Yamaha, they have a brush kit which you can order, which is about 30-40 bucks. You can just open it, change the brush kit inside. Stadium Yamaha has a nice IPC where it has the breakdown of all the parts and the components, so you can look at the schematic and see exactly how it opens up and what goes where. And it's a brush assembly, for those of you who don't know, same principle as carbon on brake pads. It's a wear and tear item. I just don't know why a wear and tear component, they would bury it so far deep into the bike, but that's it right there. What else? Yeah, that's it pretty much. And in order to get to this point, you have to take your whole intake system out, which is right here, your whole air box. Now these velocity stacks, they snap on these little clips here. They clip in to these little tabs here. Everything clips in. This little motor here, right there, that also clips in to the base of the velocity stacks. And once you remove that, you expose the Allen screws, which they all have these slots, so you can gain access to them. And I forget how many, but once it's open, it gives you access, and this whole thing lifts up. There's a cannon plug here. This is a fuel line, another cannon plug for the top, the air filter. This is my tank. What else? This sits in here like this. You gotta kind of pry it out. Those rubber boots sit inside here, and this also has a cannon plug. This is the correct orientation, and it clips in here, and that's about it. So for you guys who are looking for starter, there she is. That's where she's located, all the way inside, buried. It's a pain in the ass, but once you remove all the antifreeze components, antifreeze lines out the way, you got direct access, and it's only 2 bolts, and you can actually get into it here with your standard Allen key. And this is a nice setup to have too, the socket Allens. But there she is. I'm actually still waiting on the brush assembly. It should be here in a few days, but I just wanted to get this all done and ready to go. That way I could just store it back together. So if you guys haven't done the AIS, it's a good idea just to do your plugs at the same time. And if you're doing your starter, you're gonna have to flush your antifreeze, so you might as well get some engine ice to throw in there. But yeah, it's pretty time consuming, so just take your time. But that's about it.